To a Be Connected Saturday afternoon, if you will, affiliate training. My name is Johnny Reed, better known as JR in the industry, and we have a full line of people here today to want to share some incredible wisdom, information, updates, announcements, special guest speakers, special trainers, the Coaches Corner. It's a lot of information when we don't want to take too much of your time, so I'm going to kind of get right into it. If you're seeing us for the first time, then this is what we look like. If you've been with us before, you're like, holy cow, you guys look completely different. So we had our design team along with, our brilliance of our CEO's flair and personality, right? Because she came to me the other day and she's like, JR, man, there's not enough fun in this company. I understand you're military minded in the Marine Corps. She goes, but I like fun. So we're going to add fun to this program. I said, okay, boss, whatever you want. So obviously the tagline is completely changed. The logo's completely changed. But what didn't change was the name of the company and how we do business. So Be Connected, where entrepreneurs connect, right? We here at Be Connected, we entrepreneur on purpose, right? That is our sole focus, is to help anybody in the world who wants to be in business for themselves or already in business for themselves. How can we do that better? How can we do it faster? How can we make more prosperity for people around the globe? So I can get my screen to cooperate here, which I guess I have to turn on my little clicker. There we go. So the lineup today, just so we know how we do business here, so you know that you want to stay right through the entire web class if you can. Announcements from our one and only CEO of the program. You get to hear from her directly, and she's going to be talking about all the new announcements and updates and where we're at and all that good stuff. Then we have, which is my favorite, the affiliate spotlight. And that's where we bring on the affiliates who've qualified, and you find out exactly how they did what they did, right? Sometimes just us mere mortals want to know how these rock stars like Tracy Redcheck, who is one of our master coaches, right? That's getting all these referrals and all these testimonials of her class. We know that she can move mountains, but how about us mere mortals? How can we do the things that the company's asking for? And in the affiliate spotlight, we bring in some of the talented people, and they share with you exactly how that works. And then we have our chief visionary officer, who is so busy. I almost sent what do they call that? I was going to put his picture on a carton of milk, and then I was going to put an APB out there for him because I thought he went missing. He was just doing so much business, working with so many incredible people, that I found out after the fact. He's going to update you on what's going on in his world, which will blow your mind when you hear all the things that are going on. And then we've got a new video, right, from one of our other premier coaches, the branding evangelist himself. And so we got a real thing there. Now, these are tools you can use in the promotion of your video, and we put it into the presentation even that we've crafted, which you can get, and the CEO will give you the announcements where you can go get all the new stuff. Then the Coaches Corner, right, which is, as I mentioned, the great Tracy Repcheck, and she nailed it this week, man. She nailed it. And she's on to me because she's always texting me like at 1 a.m, knowing I'm not sleeping. And she's texting me saying and asking me questions. So you're breaking the rules. Not supposed to talk to me until after 10 o'clock at night, right? It's supposed to be a no-no, but she's got my number. And then, of course, finally, we do want to make sure you understand, A, this is not multi-level marketing. B, is the compensation that you're rewarded will pay you a small fortune, if not a big fortune, if you get qualified and you do your part, right? So we want to cover that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that we bring in the Queen Bee herself. Now, it would be a disservice if you're brand new and you've never known about her history, her past. You got to understand, first off, in Thailand, which is my second adopted country, right? I've been there for 13 years, got a home, and I've learned the Thai language. The biggest compliment you can give someone is to say, Kun Jai Bi, which means you have a beautiful heart. And that's what this person represents. So yeah, she's a CEO, and she founded the Public Speakers Association, which she took global, and she knows these people all over the world that coach and speak and train and motivate. But everyone that knows our CEO loves and adore her because she's just got that pleasant personality where her greatest superpower is listening, not overreacting, being like me, which yells a lot, right? Because that's my military background. She's a great leader, and she cares. And that's the most important thing to me of any leadership is A, they have integrity. B, they always put the needs of their people before their own needs. And she amplifies that. And she's the epitome of that for who she is. So ladies and gentlemen, our CEO of Be Connected and our co-founder, Ms. Tanya Hoffman. Take it away, please.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. You know, it's been such an honor to not just be a part of this incredible team and the incredible Mr. Reed. You know, there's been very few people in my life besides family that I feel like has always had my back. And JR comes from that knowledge base that I've needed for creating real momentum for this company, right? Because of his incredible, you know, history of helping businesses go from like 1 to 200 locations in a retail store, starting his own companies, you know, being master agents. You can't just, you know, buy that kind of experience. And even for myself, you know, a lot of times I don't talk a lot about, you know, my past, you know, who does? But, you know, I've gone through massive cancer in the past. And it makes you change. It makes you look at things in a very different way. You start living your life with the kind of momentum of what can I do today to make a difference for the future? And not just for yourself, you know, for your family, your friends, your colleagues. It goes way beyond yourself. And when I went through that whole experience, it made me realize that there's so many different ways that we all handle challenges in our lives. And one of the things that I quickly realized as I started developing all the companies that I've, you know, put together in the past and grew and sold is that it all boiled down to relationships. It all boiled down to who connected me, a lot of times randomly, to somebody else. And I'm so excited for Be Connected and its members to be able to do what kind of came to me after a lot of, you know, soul searching and journey work, you know, to develop those relationships. We're going to be able to supercharge so many people's lives. And that is so exciting. And so when we start looking at the new logo, it is amazing. The incredible Miss Michelle Cunningham has really stepped in and given us why we need to be more hip. And yes, fun. So thank you to Mr. Reed, who put together an incredible website and information and great visuals for us. But we needed to up the game. And so we've got new websites and all kinds of things coming your way. So
you can say it. I'm old. You can say it. I'm old. It's okay. It's all right. If the shoe fits, it's all right.
It would be boot.
So, you know, when we start looking at the new logo, it's, you know, what we want to show people that this is the new wave of how are we going to take what we're doing right now and ump it up. And we're going to continuing to amp the volume. You know, just even like, we're going to talk about Brigitta in a minute. People like her, people with this fast moving, you know, connection factors herself, right? So we're going from the phase 1, which we're in right now, where we were through the peekaboo, you know, pre-launch phase. Now we're into the pre-launch, and we're excited as we move into beta. Beta is almost here. The connection generator is waiting for us to start using. It is amazing. The things that you can even bookmark people. So if you don't have time to connect with them right then, you could go back and remember, oh yeah, I was going to, you know, connect with Scott, right? There's going to be so many cool things that the connection generator is going to do for everybody. But we need your help, right? Because it's all about, we need people in the system so that when we go and hit that button, there's more people to connect with. And so as we move into this next phase, we're going to get a new website, which I mentioned a little bit before. We got the new logo. So now we're getting the new colors, the new feel, fresh, crisp, clean. And then when we start to this week, we're going to go into a Back office area. Yes, thank you. Thank you. We've been working diligently with our incredible friend, Mr. Werner, who JR has built relationships with before, who's continuously built huge businesses. I mean, massive million people, army businesses. This is what, and this will change the looks and feels, but at least this will get you going, right? You'll be able to see your team, who's on your team. You'll actually get messages when people sign up. Yes, thank you. I know you'll be like, yay. We also have the university. So all of the videos will be in there, including not just from our coaches, but also the trainings and the information that you need. So we'll go from the Hightail site we're using right now to this back office area.
Yeah, Tanya, so if I can jump in there. So what this does is give people control, right? Because it's the worst feeling in the world to be in business and you're not in control. And you can't see where you're driving, right? You're flying blind. So here is a way that, as we start the process of beta, and I'm going to back up a little bit. So the self-replicating websites obviously are going to let you control the traffic, because you don't have to give out a link of a generic version where they got to remember your name. So again, you can control the traffic. And then as the traffic comes in, it's automatically going through the system. And then this is all happening in real time. So very important to understand that in the first phases of beta, because when we say beta, just like pre-launch, it doesn't all happen on the same day. Each of these things are implemented over the next couple weeks. And then after a couple weeks, if we've all of us as a team have done our job, then we immediately go into launch, right? So again, it's all a team effort. Technology, the hard part is done. Connection generator works. That's all not a big issue anymore, because, you know, now that we've made it, we're like, yeah, we knew it all along. 7 months ago when we started this project, we're like, can we do this? Can we pull it off? I don't know. It sounds good, but is it possible? Are these guys that smart? But we're to the point now where now that we've got it already down and we know that it works, we're like, yeah, we knew it all along. That's the way it works. But that's revolutionary, right? So now that we're going into the beta phase, we're giving you control. You can become more aggressive if you want to be about bringing people to the party. And then as we go through the rest of our overview today, and you take in some of the things that Ms. Hoffman is articulating and delegating and getting certain people in certain parts of the world to do what they do best. At the end of the day, remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a team sport, right? You can't win the championship typically all by yourself. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs to sometimes lean on somebody, because life's tough, right? The problem is people don't admit life's tough. And I know Tanya, she is always uncomfortable about talking about, past things in her life. I said, you need to tell people you're a cancer survivor. You've already gone through life and death experiences, but it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. You give people motivation to know that, that there are tough times and you can get through it if you have the love of friends and family. And in business, it's the same thing. You need a support system. So we want to understand, remember, she has a great heart, very humble kind of person. None of us are perfect, except for me. No, I'm just kidding. The whole point of the program, ladies and gentlemen, is we have the opportunity now to make history. Not just another company, but to make a mark. When the Wright brothers learn how to fly, travel is all based on their name. And then you have people like Bill Gates, who became the richest man in the world because he took something really hard and made it incredibly simple. And then this crazy, kooky, weird person out of Austin, Texas, came up with a multi-billion-dollar idea that could be implemented, that somebody else, one of these other powerful companies, should have come up with this idea of creating the next elite social media icon company for the business world. We know the top companies in our competitive world are already over 700 million customers. And we got them beat hands down because of not only superior technology and the sophisticated way of doing business, but then we're going to add in the human element of coaching and mentoring, and then throwing all kinds of ways to save money, which you can't get from these other companies because they don't care, right? They just want our money. And then they say, here's our product, and we're trying to conquer the world. Okay, so Ms. Hoffman, I know you have a very special person, right, that you would like to be bringing to the table. What do you tell us about the affiliate spotlight today?
I'm so excited to introduce y'all to an amazing woman. You know, there's so many times in life when you meet somebody and you're just like blown away immediately. And Brigitta is like one of those. She's not only an incredible speaker, an incredible leader. And as you can see in her bio, there's just the level that she brings it up to is beyond what most people are just dream of who she is, right? Because she is incredible. When you've founded things and in companies and trained people and motivated people, this is the level of an incredible master trainer. And I've talked to lots of speakers before, and she really stands out. So Brigitta, can you tell us, you know, what got you excited about Be Connected, and then how did you start talking to people about who we are and all?
Oh, thanks so much for having me on, Tanya, and JR and Scott and the entire team. Thank you for having me on and putting the spotlight on me. I'd love to have the spotlight on all the others. Amanda being one of them who was on last week. So kudos to all of the team members that are already out there doing great things and creating a ripple effect. You know, I'm all about, and you heard it say, Amanda say it last week as well, we're all about very intentional networking. Too many people are going out and, you know, before the pandemic, they were going out and just networking and going to places and showing up, didn't know what they're going to say, didn't know who they're looking for, didn't know what their well-formed outcome is. I'm going to, you know, put a little bit of impactful language in this. But this Be Connected, by the way, love the new logo, love the new look, very, very fresh, very fun. Yes, totally get that. It's very intentional, and that makes it easy to talk to other people because specifically, you guys have started this in a perfect storm, right? You're the eye of the storm, and it could have probably not happened at a better time. And that just, I've had this conversation many times over with Scott. There's always the perfect time if you're in alignment with what God put in your lap and with what you do, right? There's a complete alignment here. And I truly see that. So when you're in alignment, when you're giving an incredible tool like Be Connected, that people can intentionally connect with each other during a time where they cannot go out and socially interact, which that's what we're doing right now. I like to rather say physically distance and physically interact or not interact, but yet you guys are creating this incredible tool to make it so much easier, to make it very intentional, to make it simple, to give people some money back. That's a huge key. And you guys make it worth our while and some. And
how did you start talking to people about it? Was there a text message? You know, how did you reach out to them?
How did I reach out to them? I'm trying to think back. I just started having conversations with folks. Right? That's who I am. I'm a facilitator, I'm a connector, and we all are. And, you know, when you said, or I think it was JR that said it about you, Tanya, that your superpower is listening. Guys, everyone's superpower should be listening, really. Because when you shut up and listen to people, you're going to find out what is lacking in their life. And Be Connected should be in everyone's life. It is such and I'm going to continue to overuse the word intentional tool that we all need to connect with each other, that people find each other simpler, because we can all work hard. I'm pretty sure each and every one of us know what hard work is, but it's really working smarter and using our time more wisely. I found this during this pandemic, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to that. It's easy to, get sucked in 5,000 Zoom calls and all of that and be distracted all day long. But really working smarter and Be Connected makes that very, very easy to connect with others. So I'm excited about the next phases that are upcoming because, quite frankly, we're the early adapters here.
And you did such an amazing you know, because it's not always just about yourself. You've got a great team growing. You've really helped your team as well as helping yourself, right? A lot of times people forget it's a team play.
It is a team play, and it is empowering the team members. It is let's not make it hard. Let's not overthink things. We can be on this call. We can jump on a call with Scott. Scott has done several of our calls. Now we can pretty much do it ourselves, with you building out the back end of the website. That's going to help us tremendously. So I'm excited about that. We don't have to make our life hard. We with what we have, we go out and talk to people, listen to what their problem is so we can provide a solution, and Be Connected can be that solution of, going out. At the end of the day, we all want to connect to more people on a business level. We want to collect more leads so we can do better in the world, make a greater impact. And with that, we're going to sell our services and our products and our business. That should be a side effect. The first and foremost intention should be to be of service to others, and Be Connected is exactly that tool. I see Scott over there. I think you probably need a neck brace after this, Scott.
I love it.
I'm with you, Brigitta.
You are a qualified founding affiliate, which is super, super important going into the future of Be Connected's massive momentum phase that we're about to go into. So very important. We're going to get into that later. But once again, congratulations. Thanks for the time. And then Miss Hoffman, you have another very special person, right? You got all these special people. I'm jealous. You have all these amazing people you've surrounded yourself with. So we got to give props here, because obviously this incredible affiliate in the spotlight was pointing somebody out. We got to let people know who is Scott. So we want to, if I get my thing to cooperate there. We need to talk about our Chief Visionary Officer. What can you say about this strapping, young, good-looking individual?
Oh, what can you not say about the strapping young? I love that.
I like the young.
Scott is not only a lot of fun, but we've known each other for a long time. And every time he walks into the room, he has attention to not just detail, but connecting and building real relationships. And so we immediately hit it off. And I've seen him speak on stage. He's been on my stages several times, and every time bringing real value. But when I was looking at creating this with JR and creating the team that we need, I'm like, Scott knows a lot of people because he's built real relationships. So we'd love to have and showcase Mr. Schilling. Would you tell everybody about how has your week been?
It's Groundhog Day. What? Is it time again? It's another, it's been just absolutely amazing week. And we talked about it briefly, but I actually want to do it a little bit backwards, because we started talking, like JR said earlier, he goes, he hadn't heard from me. Was I on the loose? Was I missing? Well, if he's got his home in Thailand back there, I got my second home on a catamaran in the British Virgin Island. So we can both play this game. Anyway, the point is that as opposed to talking about some of the people, let me tell you how it all gets created. We were doing a great meeting yesterday with about 8 folks on it. And of course, always ask questions, or who has questions. And there was such a great question that was brought up. It kind of ties to what Brigitta was just saying. And the question was, how do you keep the quality, or how, as we as affiliates, how can we keep the quality and integrity of the BK community so high? I mean, we love the fact that it's an intentional community. We're working to do that. How do we keep it that way? It was such a great question. Well, the answer that I shared was recruit up. And the whole reason was that your best people are your busiest people. And understand that they understand the value of time, the value of money, the value of energy expended, right? They see the the value in the profile matching capability. They see they have the resources to take some actions and do some different things. They're typically the ones with the relationships. That's why they've gotten to become the achievers that they are. And the other thing is, leaders are readers, but leaders also invest in themselves. So they're very keen to both personal and professional development. They see the value of being what's put together here. And so that answer was really paramount to kind of how the week was. To get back into some of the folks that were there, I talked to friends that are pretty flipping awesome. One of, and I can't really share the names, or I won't share the names, but one of them actually helped a major business social media network in the early development stages, and really kind of built some of their pay portals and some of the different things and the reasons what business people would be looking for. And so when I was talking, and we said, well, you know, they started, you got 400 million folks there now. He says, what you thinking? 400 million, it's 700 million. I said, well, 700 million? No wonder there's so much noise. And he goes, yeah. And he said, probably 10% of those are paying. And a lot of them are really not overly excited about that right now. And he said, tell me what you got. And I laid out Be Connected for him. And he got it like that. It was so amazing that he saw the different things. And he goes, oh, man, could you save time? Could you save energy? Could you save money? I said, not could we? We are. And he goes, okay, I stand corrected. So it was really funny. So he goes, I just thought of somebody to introduce you to. He's a hitter. Okay. Oh,
we like to call that Scotty a whale. That's not.
Yeah, I know. Well,
different classifications.
Yeah, he goes, I got somebody else. And I said, that's all you got? And he goes, no, I guess I got a third one for you. By the time we were done, there were 8 whales. Not 1, not 2, not 3. There were 8. And so even in those conversations, when you sit there and you share the vision, this is really what it is. It's casting and sharing the vision with somebody and letting them understand the concept. You don't have to sell anything. You simply have to cast the vision and let them walk into it. And he walked into it. I mean, literally every day this week, I've got 1 or 2 whales that we're already talking to just from that one interaction. Well, then another part of the week came from a friend that, again, when you create relationships with people, it's not unusual. Tanya, you and I were like this.
Yeah.
We should do business together.
Exactly.
What are we going to do? Got no clue. Don't know when. Don't know how. But we should, right? And then all of a sudden you kind of open that up a little bit. Well, this is one of those friends. Well, he happens to be the marketing power behind a rebrand for, I don't know, a guy named Grant Cardone. Now, it's not, he just happens to be the marketing power behind it. That's a pretty good name to be the power behind.
Hey, Scotty, for us mere mortals that don't know your sales and marketing world, who is a guy like that, right? Who is Mr. Cardone?
Well, he's the founder of the 10X Academy and 10X Real Estate and 10X this and 10X that. And I mean, he's just one of the most prolific guys out there in the training spaces and in the worlds. And my friend happens to be some of the marketing that helps do that behind the scenes, right? And take and create categories for him that he didn't even exist in 5 months ago. And so when I had shared Be Connected with him, he goes, do you have any idea how ideal this is for the world right now? No, I got no clue. Could you help?
Yeah, Scotty, and that's the brilliant thing of that connection, because obviously, we're going to hear from, Tracy Repchek, which is this dynamic person that's been in business for 30 years. And, you've been on stage and talked to 1 million people. And so, us mere mortals want to know, hey, is this simple? I mean, you guys can sell ice to Eskimos. You guys know all these people. I don't know a lot of people. How is this going to help me? And then that's where I got really excited about this person that we don't want to say a name right now. We've already verbally agreed to make him kind of part of the infrastructure of the company. And then, so ladies and gentlemen, part of what we're going to be offering you here, somewhere in the phase of beta, right? Not when we launch, but somewhere in the phase of beta, is Scotty's Connection has agreed not only to build out, this is words that when I had a funnel, I think of putting oil in my car. That when someone says a funnel, that's what I'm thinking, a measuring cup, and I'm making something. A funnel obviously in the internet world, and you can tell by the faces of the internet people that are looking at me right now, it's like, JR, you're not funny. Well, if you're not a techie, right? But if you're a techie, it's like, wait, come up to speed, right? It's 2020, it's not 2001. So he's going to custom design funnels for all of our powerhouse leaders. Everybody, all of our leaders, all of our trainers, all of our coaches know this, right? We're going to give you a turnkey template that's going to cost us a small fortune, so you look the best, the brightest, the most influential person you can be. And then Scotty, he said something that was music to my ears, that he was going to make a master template that was interchangeable, that could be mass duplicated to our affiliate program. So then all they got to do is go to the Tracy Repcheks, go to the Michelle Cunninghams, go to the Jerry Fosters, learn how to create traffic. Traffic will go through the funnel, and then it's nothing more than a numbers game as far as understanding what type of income you want to generate. Just will depend on how much work, and work is not labor, right? You want to put into this. So that was what I was really excited. So what we're saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is because of Mr. Schilling's connections, right? Because of the people he knows, we're here to build you a seamless, right, automated system, taking the power of the internet and all the couple billion people that are every day on Facebook and the YouTube channel of the world and all these places these people are going and looking for business, entertainment, whatever, and teaching you how to turn that into a business model where, first off, understand we don't have a product like a pill in a bottle or a lotion or potion or something. We don't have that to sell to our end users. Our goal is to help them become a better entrepreneur, right? That is our mission statement, is to help the people out there trying to create prosperity and serve others, how to help them do their better job. So we only have some limited time. So one, thank you. By the way, so that person who remains nameless on that company, you don't want to say, because I don't want to get sued, right? We won't even say what they sound like, but they do have over 700 million members. And then you said 10%. So for people that are not good at math, that's 70 million. And a lot of them are not really happy. And we're going to give them a better platform, right? And so that's going to be amazing. But I like the person you introduced us to that can build us a seamless turnkey system that all of our people can tap into. And then we will supply the training and the support to make sure that that happens.
Yeah, let me just add one thing about him. You said something critical. He's got the ability to sell ice to Eskimos, but he's got the heart to only sell it to the Eskimos who need the ice.
Right.
And that's philosophically aligned, heart aligned. It's going to be such an amazing thing to be of service to so many, which is the community we've built here because of the lovely Queen Bee.
Absolutely.
That we're doing.
We had a long conversation. Thanks for reminding me. We had a long conversation about intent, right? About what our purpose was, how we're not trying to make a one-time sale and try to find the next customer. We build a community and a family, and they want to stay with us forever and ever. So you want to make sure that whatever you're offering them, stays, right? First and foremost, as I used to have a mentor / successful business partner, and she used to tell me, if I make this decision today, tell me how will I feel 1 year from now for my decision?
Yeah.
And that's how she always made the important decisions of, okay, it sounds good today, maybe next week, maybe next month, but how will I feel about this 1 year from now? Will I be excited? Will I regret it? right? And that's how she became who she was, which was super famous, inducted into Who's Who of all time, and all the things that she did. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Schilling. Got to press along here for time things. And Ms. Hoffman, we have another, get my computer screen to participate. We have Jerry, and we're not going to bring Jerry up because, sorry, Jerry, but it's not your week, but we do want to show Jerry's work, right? Jerry is our branding evangelist, is what he's been nicknamed on the internet. This man is amazing. Been all over the place, influenced 600 different industries over the course of three decades. No, I'm old. I can appreciate what that is, man. 3 decades of doing work in something, building big brand formula for people. Jerry put together a marketing piece that I think everybody should listen to, because if, ladies and gentlemen, you are an entrepreneur or you want to become an entrepreneur, this type of training and information is absolutely priceless, right? Because this makes the difference of, does the world know who you are, or are you just in business, right? And I think most people set out and they want to be a big company. They want their product or service to change lives or be loved or whatever, their philosophy is. I don't think anybody just wants to be small and unnoticed, right, and unheard of. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and press the little tab here, and then.
In today's brand conscious world, people prefer to do business with a brand. And again, I don't care if you're branding a company, a product, a service, a nonprofit, or even yourself as a personal brand. You have to position your brand as being number one in your specialty, which means that you've got to highlight your uniqueness, affirm your greatness, and speak about the unique advantages that only you offer, so that people fall in love with your brand and want to do business with you. Because here's the deal. Unless you're standing out, like I said, you're invisible. But if you truly believe that you've got something that people are going to care about, fall in love with, then you will have what's called a sustainable brand, one that will stand the test of time. And listen, we have a history of brands that died on the vine. Look what happened to Blockbuster. Blockbuster was what? The go-to place to rent movies, and along comes Netflix, and they become the go-to place to rent movies online because Blockbuster missed the opportunity. What happened to TiVo, BlackBerry, Radio Shack? The list goes on and on. Oh my God, did I forget MySpace? So the idea here is to give yourself a sustainable competitive edge, longevity, because you've got something that will stand the test of time, because your brand is looked upon as being elite, best in class, top shelf, a big brand that is backed by a strong message that sells, so that you can excite, delight, and ignite your market and make it a lot easier to get customers.
All right, Ms. Hoffman, we have our special guest of the week who absolutely crushed it this week. Coach's Corner is a good friend of yours, somebody you've known for a long time. I don't want to do the disservice and turn this back over to you, Ms. Hoffman. What can you tell the world about this amazing individual? Back to you, Ms. Hoffman. She was a rock star this week. She's always a rock star, but this week, she just killed it.
Oh my gosh. So Tracy has, every time she spoke on my stage, people would write in, because we always ask for feedback. Please bring Tracy back. Please bring her back. And you'll see from all of the incredible testimonials we've already received about her course, why she is one of our expert coaches. When you start looking at, going from 19 to owning her own business, right? Not just a business, but one that flourished and was super successful, to being on all of the major TV channels, right? She was on everything you probably have seen before. This woman is huge. So Tracy, tell us, what was your week like this week?
Well, my week rocked this week. Obviously, being connected to Be Connected is a great way to go. Now, before I go into that, I want to do a little bit of a backup because it's going to let me tell you what I did so that others can do it too. I guess when you talk about the Grand Slam week that I had, it was because I now hold the very slender record of 14 signups in one day. So obviously that's going to be beaten in the very near future, but it's a fun game to play, and it was a great way to kind of start the week off. And then of course I got another 3 after that, and the momentum is now starting to begin, which is super exciting. So let me just recap for those especially that are new right now. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I do a class. I'm on class 5 of my 5-part series, How to Create an Online Course Guaranteed to Sell. This is going to show you, this next class is actually going to show you a $100,000 formula that will help bring that whole week together. And if you haven't seen the prior classes, I want you to go back and watch those and be ready for class 5, which is going to open the gates to a formula that you have never seen. It really helps to make life easy when it comes to selling your online program.
Hey,
And
Tracy,
then this
Tracy, I want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Tracy, I'm going to get to keep up now because remember, a lot of new people here. How much are these courses costing our members?
Oh yeah, well, this course costs our members nothing. It's free. I have said from the beginning that I have already, in my $299 that I paid by attending coaches' classes, reimbursed, returned on investment tenfold. It's been absolutely incredible. The coaching you are getting on this is true world class. All right. This isn't lingo that we're throwing out there. And again, I've already got the 2 testimonials within 1 hour of my first class, which is why it's important you go watch it. A woman had recouped, Elizabeth had recouped her, not just her $299, but went beyond that. And same with Diane. She did her first irresistible offer, which was class number 2, and has already made $500. And that was her first time presenting something like that. And so this class is about to wrap, but I'm not leaving you because it's important that I take you to that next step, because this next step is what resulted in a 14-person sign up in a 60-minute time frame, right? So starting the Tuesday after this next class, I'm going to be training you on the webinar cash creation formula. So you're going to look for those details soon. I'm still putting it together. This training is actually so powerful that it's only a part of my very high-end $20,000 programs, but I'm going to actually be doing it personally for you, and I'm going to be revealing all the secrets to selling from a webinar, which is especially important when you want your results to be on autopilot and you want to really take a look at the opportunity to bulk, to bring in people more than the one-on-one. And again, during, COVID-19, the lockdown, I got 14 signups in the one day, and the answer was because of a webinar. So if you take the presentation that BK gives you, personalize it to your own voice, brand it as Jerry will be showing you, and then invite people to your home like it's your little home party, and we already have the Zoom platform, you're going to be able to broadcast to Facebook Live, everything you are doing, and start to increase your reach like crazy. Add the video knowledge we're going to be gaining from Michelle, and we have a grand slam solution to really flooding the marketplace. So this is going to be, I'll be going through that training, and the key though, start with a small audience, test it, get it to what you're happy with, get confident about it, get it converting, and then go big. And then when this big works, you're going to add the Facebook ad strategies that we learned from Dominguez just last week, and then you're going to be able to automate with an evergreen webinar, and that is what's coming up really soon. So I'm super excited to be continuing as part of your educational free platform.
Okay, Casey, so you said a lot, very motivating, but I want to make sure that everybody got that, because usually when I get it, everybody will understand it, because I'm not the smartest tool in the shed when it comes to this kind of stuff. So what I heard is you're going to teach exactly how this works. Instead of just using lip service or talking the talk, you actually just walk the walk, and you're going to show them how you actually signed up 14 members in a day. And they only need 5 to be qualified affiliate, which is the secret sauce, the magic formula, unlocks all the gates of the compensation. You're going to show somebody how to almost do triple the work. And you were already qualified before you even did all this, correct?
Correct. Yeah, this was really what
so
I
you were
did.
So you were just showing off, right? You were just showing off, right? I'm already qualified. Now let me show you how to do it 3 more times in a row.
That was it. How to do it 3 more times in a row. That's right. How to quadruple qualify yourself.
Fantastic. If people didn't understand as we go into the money side of this, now I would like to ask you a couple of questions, because obviously you and Tanya had a lot of trust before all this went down as far as Be Connected. So you guys kind of knew each other. So if people are listening to us here this evening, or they're hearing the recording, sometimes it's harder to, connect everything here, no pun intended, because the trust factor is missing. So I want to just make that very obvious. You guys trusted each other. You knew each other. You'd worked together. You'd done seminars together, right? So when Tanya approached you on Be Connected, what made you, because we know why we wanted you, because your resume speaks for itself, 35 years in a specific industry, 39 countries, hundreds of thousands of customers, magazines, TV, all that. But why would somebody like you say yes to us?
I talk about it in 4 ways when I'm especially talking to my team, right? And that it starts with the trust of the person that brought you in, right? And so in my case, it was Tanya. And then you go on the next element, which is the proof of the product. Well, of course, the product, Be Connected, we haven't even got the connection engine yet. It's already proven itself. The $299 investment is already a gift that, of what we are receiving. So we have received the value. And the beautiful part about that is how we're going to sell this to customers later is purely on value, right? We have a money model we're about to talk about, because we're in this privileged group of pioneers that get to see all of this before it rolls out to the public. And so it's extremely exciting. So the value was there immediately. And then, of course, honestly, you're a big part of this too, JR, in that your background in this industry, an industry I'm very unfamiliar with. It took me like a month to understand what the heck are these overrides. And so your experience in this industry was a nail in the coffin, so to speak, for me, right? It was a dart in the bullseye, which was like, I have complete and utter faith on the direction you're taking this, simply because of your background. And again, if people haven't heard it, I think you're going to talk about it in a second, and you should. It is one to be extremely proud of, and one that is absolutely mind-blowing. And then the next piece that I loved was not just this recurring element that we're about to see, the passive income, the ability to geometric progression our way to wealth, which is, to me, the most simplest model on paper I've ever seen. And I'm already starting to see how that works, because I've received multiple affiliate checks already. And then you add the combination of this team. I have been in business for 35 years in isolation. Yeah, I can build my own stuff. Yeah, I got my own products. Yeah, I got my own wealth. Yeah, I got my own this. But quite frankly, it's a little lonely. Already stepping up and having my team who's with me, whatever I got now, 24 members under my team, the fact that I can help them instantly also get their 5, which is my goal, and train them. We've already had our own personal team trainings so that they can reach their level of wealth as well. I feel, again, honored and privileged to help to be able to build other people's wealth at the same time as we're all creating a community of honesty, ethics. We're putting this kind of, rating system in that's going to say to everybody, we're top shelf. If you want the best of the best for connection, then that's the platform you have to be on. And with it being $2.99, it's a no-brainer price. This thing is going to go crazy. We're going to hit that million mark that we want in a year. And it's not just dreams and hopes for others, but it's simply honestly a responsibility that we have to salvage what is happening in the world. And I'm honored to be a part of it.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, now you know why, ladies and gentlemen. She's in the coach's corner. Miss Tracy Repchek, thank you so much. You truly are a blessing to all of us. So thank you so much. And there was testimony after testimony, but we just want to keep it simple. Now, I got like half the time that I need to do my part, but I'm just going to kind of give you the down and dirty version if it's okay with you. I love this logo, Ms. Hoffman. You did such an outstanding job. It was worth having you look at 57 different types of bees to get to this one. So thank you so much. It's not my wheelhouse, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the good news about our financial rewards program. And what Tracy was talking about, the world of home-based business, which I didn't do all 30 years. I did have the brick and mortar where I took what I learned from the industry and took one location to 200 locations, because it's all the same thing. The internet is, I prefer, because it's a lot it's not as messy, right? You don't have to deal with leases and, it's 5-year contracts, right? On the internet, you can go viral in a heartbeat if you got a great idea. So the world of home base, some of the people that I spent my time with created multi-billion-dollar companies from a concept, which is what we're getting ready to do here. There's no additional out-of-pocket at this time. There's only so many things I'm allowed to say, so read between the lines. At this time, no additional out-of-pocket for someone to be an affiliate with us and want to make money. So again, it's only the difference. If you love to be a member, 2 people, it's free, right? Forever. If you only add 3 more people, then you qualify, right, to be a member and an affiliate, and at this time, a qualified founding affiliate, and start making commissions from the very first person. Okay, so we're going to keep this incredibly simple because simple works, right? Simple equals speed. There's 2 numbers you need to remember, the number 2 and the number 5. It's very, very simple. Now, this is not a guarantee of income. This is simply for illustration purposes only. This is known as a disclaimer, by the way. So I'm going to show you what the model is like. Now, this model I'm showing you does not have a component called residual income, but that's coming. Hint, hint. We have another product that will blow your mind. It is so simple. It is so powerful. It's going to take all the numbers that I'm going to show you and throw them, it's going to explode. And so I shared this with our CEO, who she hates math, but she likes the final formula. All right. She doesn't want to know how it is. She's like, hey, stop doing multiplication. Give me the number. And I give her the number. She's like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. Here we say OMG. Where I'm from, we say OMB, right? Oh my Buddha. Oh my, it's amazing. So look, the power of 2. You have to understand this. This is proven. This is what the industry I came from back in 1995. I got my fanny whooped by a guy that did a platform of the power of 2, and he went through 1 million people, excuse me, that signed up in his company, sold his product. He was in telecom. He outsold AT&T and Sprint at their own game in 1 year in 1 country. And he did it with a fax machine. No Google, no search, no internet, no nothing. So the power of 2. So what this shows is through 7 generations of when a customer says, oh, I want to stay, excuse me, I want to stay with Be Connected. I want more of Miss Tracy Repchek's coaching. I need to know more secrets. I need to hear more from Jerry Foster. My business is growing. I want to stay with the membership. I love the connection generator. I'm saving thousands of dollars anyway. I want to stay. They only have to refer 2 people, and then they're in the system for a lifetime. And remember, we have 52 more coaches to add to the platform in the next 12 months. Let me repeat that. You saw 4 rock star coaches in the presentation. We have 52 more coaches to add in the next 12 months to the platform. Can you imagine the value of Be Connected in 1 year when there's almost 60 coaches in the deal that are the best of the best and the price is still the same? That's how you go viral. So to the get to, people say, okay, I see my income is exponentially growing. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go get the customers go get the customers, right? You don't go get the customers. You only do that initially. The customers get the customers. This is why it's not MLM. MLM is always recruit the next guy to cough up money, to make promises of massive income that never happen, except for like 2% of the people, right? I played that game. I was one of those people, unfortunately or fortunately, in that category, but it was a formula for self-destruction for most people. Great part-time money, but not the full-time. So 9,500. Do you know what the next 7 generations of to the get to generate in income? Now remember, this is not adding the residual component of the next product we're adding to the equation. That's a pretty big number. But that's how the math works, through geometric progression. You've ever heard somebody talk about a penny doubling a day, and you're like, oh, that's how the math works. 1 cent becomes $5 million in 30 days. So this is not an MLM, not a pyramid. Why would I say that? You say, well, it looks that way. There's one paid person for all the customers. That's where you want to be, where you don't have to find all the customers, but you get credit for all the customers. And by the way, your territory is the world. Okay, so there's a sliding scale that says as your customer base grows, so does the commission we pay you. So it goes up to $100 of the $299, up to 100 of that goes right in the pocket of the person that converts the person as a member. But remember, if they refer 2 people, then it's $200 more to you. They refer 2 people, then it's $400, and then it adds up really quickly. And then over to the right is where everybody gets confused, because we say the word override, and then all of a sudden, all kinds of things dance in people's head and confusion comes in. Is because they want to make it more complicated than it is. But here, in the pre-launch, understand this. It's so important that that anyone you know about has not only the opportunity to see who we are, but you give them ample time to be qualified. It would be very selfish for someone to take the attitude of, I will wait personally until everything is perfect before I make my move. But then what that means is you're getting other people involved. You're not giving them time to make a move, right? I love what Tracy's doing. She's helping her team right here, right now, because her focus is to help her team qualify, help her team make money, and they win together, versus some people, and it's okay, you can do what you want to do. Their attitude is when it's all perfect, then I'll make my move. But then what you're doing is you're giving the future people not enough time to get the thing accomplished that they need to. Because when I get done explaining this in just a couple minutes, you're going to see it's a lifetime of difference to be a qualified founding affiliate than just being a qualified affiliate. This is the special time that we can take advantage. So remember, we double the commission, and then we give no qualification requirements as a qualified founding affiliate for the 1-tier override, not 1 level, 1-tier override of $20. Okay, so let's just play a real simple game of Jan. We're going to say Jan. Jan got her, what's the 2 numbers? We said 2, and what was the other magic number? 5, right? It's an open book test. It's always on the screen, right? So Jan here got her 5. Now, for sake of argument, we're going to say like Jan is like Tracy, and she's going to help her people become a qualified founding affiliate, but it's not important. Once Jan has her 5, she is forever a qualified founding affiliate, whoever the first 500 people that make it to getting 5. Now, here's the simple equation. This is why everybody wants to complicate it. It's not complicated, but we want to complicate it. How much money does Jan get to make for every personal customer that she brings in, that refers a customer, that refers a customer, that refers a customer, right? She gets paid on all customers, lineage of everybody referring, from $50 to $100. Can we all get that, right? Simple, right? It's called a direct commission. I found a customer who referred customers. Since customers cannot make money, all of the referrals belong to Jan. Yes? Now, for this illustration, like what Tracy's doing is she wants her 5 people to be qualified, hear the words now, founding affiliate. that means they get superpowers too. In that case, she gets forever $20 on all of their customers. That means members, not people trying to make money. Customers. She gets 20 bucks on all of them. So if these 5 qualified founding affiliates go build out 100 customers or 100,000 customers or 1 million customers, she is forever going to get a $20 override on every paid subscription from all the customers, no matter where they come in from all over the world, whoever referred who, as long as they belong to the initial qualified founding affiliates customer base. So you with me? This is called a 2-tiered affiliate program. So there's a direct commission that doesn't count in the 2-tier, right? Everybody's supposed to get paid retail. Then she has personally sponsored someone. That's part of the one of the 2 tiers. And then the second tier is their customers. There is no pyramid effect because we don't override somebody's override that somebody overrides. Are you with me so far? Right? Pretty simple. Okay, now here's where the confusion comes from, and everybody has flashbacks in MLM, and they say, look, there's no way to explain this. If Jan is qualified founding affiliate, we know she has her 5, yes? And this is what they look like. And if they're qualified, they have to have 5, yes? There's no way to talk about it. Now, here's where everybody, even if they're in the industry, they don't even know how this works. And it's so powerful. It's so important to understand what I'm about to say. We explained point blank, if you have a qualified founding affiliate, you just get 1 tier of all their customers' commissions, yes? But here's what happens when we launch. Sooner or later, the qualified founding affiliate program goes away. We're only going to offer it to 500 people in the whole world. Now hear me, I didn't say we're only going to have 500 affiliates. I said we're only going to offer 500 spots to top people all over the world. And then however many how many affiliates that want to play the game, we don't care, right? We want as many people to be able to make additional money with us as possible, but it's not our focus. Our focus are customers and customer acquisition. So see this little confusing box? Well, just understand this. We as a company always pay a $20 override no matter what. Just write that down. We always pay $20 override on a customer regardless. If you understand this or not, we're going to send 20 bucks out. So here we have a QFA, and let's just say Jan goes out and gets 5 more affiliates after we start, and she just goes and gets 5 more people. They are forever a qualified affiliate. There's no more founding affiliates. That's only your guys' superpowers if you go get it. Now over here it says QA overrides right up here. You see my mouse, right? QA. Okay, so how much do they make as an override when they're building their first 100 people customer base? Nothing, yes? But what would we say? We always pay $20, yes? Well, understand in Jan's situation, see these 5 and they're 5, and if there's 500 or 5,000 or 500,000 affiliates bringing in customers, Jan is the only one qualified to make the 20 bucks on everybody's first 100 customers. Did we get that? Did we get that? Jan's the only, because she's got superpowers. All these people that want to go out and be with us and they love our comp plan, the way it's going to look in the future, we're not going to talk about QFA qualifications once we've accomplished the task. It goes off the table and all they see is all they see. The qualified founding affiliates get the $20 on, and we're not cheating anybody. It's just, it'll prohibit us in the future to be in a pyramid where everybody's just trying to recruit people and nobody's gathering customers. It makes the person focus on the first 100 customers before a bonus check goes out, right? That's the way it is. It's performance-based. And so even when the person gets to, let's say this person or this person gets to the first 100 customers and they start earning a $10 override, Jan still gets $10 on all of those customers below them and still getting 20 bucks on everybody else. Okay, I think you're with me so far. So again, we used to say pop quiz. There's 3 different people on the screen. Green means the qualified founding affiliates. Red means the person is affiliate but hasn't got their 5. And then the qualified affiliate says they started after the qualified affiliate program and they got their 5. So the pop quiz is how many people, now customers, how many customers does Jan get the override from all these people going out there and marketing? It's an open book test. It says right there, you get paid on all of them. All of them. I could draw 1,000 more circles. Guess how many people that Jan gets to qualify to override? All of them. Okay, so here's a real small snapshot. Remember when we talked about, 2 to get 2 in the first 7 generations with 128 customers, you make just shy of 10 grand. And then we blew your mind by showing the next 7 generations it pays 3.2 million. Well, we're not going there. We're sticking with everybody just gets a couple that gets a couple that gets a couple through 7 generations. A QFA, right? Qualified founding affiliate, you override $20 on all their customers, period. Doesn't matter. There's never a time where you're not overriding somebody that you brought in the company, right? So you get $20. They got 100, let's say they got 7 generations of 2 to get 2 to get 2, which means nobody did a lot of work. You make an extra almost $13,000 on the 5 people that you talk to about this program. That's wonderful. Now, when we come over to the red and the white, understand there's 27 circles in red. And I got limited time here. Normally people say there's 16 circles in white, but remember, if they're qualified, they had to bring in 5, yes? Remember, it's just 2 and 5, 2 and 5. So that means there's 96 people. And if they only got a couple, they got a couple, and none of this is a big organization, but you're not getting the money's not split up like in the pyramid or the network marketing opportunity. You get 100% of all the commission on all the customers. So therefore, it can create a multiple 6-figure income just getting out of the gate. As a company, as an organization, you've only brought in a few thousand customers from the team aspect. And then Scotty was talking to a guy that says, well, we're at 700 million customers, of which 70 million pay. And I think Scott's shaking his head, and a lot of them were not happy. So there's a big difference. I would watch people's mind explode if I were to show real numbers that what it would look like as you built a customer base of 10,000. You built a customer base of 100,000. What's 100,000 times 100? And Tanya would say mock because I'm teaching her Thai, which means a lot. Yeah, so I'm not promising. Yeah, it's makwa, remember. So I'm not promising that type of income. What I'm trying to do is paint a picture here for you to understand that there is something better than network marketing. There's nothing wrong with network marketing, but there's something much better that was created after the fact called the 2-tiered affiliate program. But look, I don't like to sell money. What I want to do is say, look, do you see us for what we are? A company with intention, a company with integrity, a company with superior technology, innovative software, elite coaches, funnel programs, teaching mass marketing on the internet to bring customers to come to us so we can help them make more money in their own businesses, right? That's what Tracy's doing, is helping people that are already existing entrepreneurs. And Tracy's helping entrepreneurs make more money in their own trade. Right? She's not trying to get them to buy a different product or service of hers. She's trying to coach people to be better of what they already are. And that's why in the opening presentation, you'll see it says, hey, learn how to make a 6-figure income. And they said, well, wait, I already have a business. Well, you'll love us even more then. We're just going to help you accelerate the business that you already have. And so remember, in the compensation, you can spend a lot of time if you want to. I always like to just go make a bunch of money and figure out where it came from. Right? I'm a simple kind of guy. You give me my marching orders, tell me what hill I'm supposed to go charge, give me the right tools and ammunition to go fight the proper fight, and just put me in, coach. So if you're trying to get in a mindset where you're not worrying anymore, it only takes 2 people to get a free lifetime membership. And then understand, we will not be billing, if you will, any member until 30 days after the official launch. So you like have an eternity in the internet world mentality, right? Because 2 people could be in 5 minutes or 5 seconds. And then to qualify as a founding member, you really should be focusing on getting 5. Because I'm promising you, with the funnel experts, the digital experts, people that I'm not even going to drop their name, that are champions, that own TV stations, that are on CNN, they're on Fox News, they're worldwide names, people who are connected to these people. We have multitude people who are semi-famous or famous in their own world. They're famous in their own world. They're semi-famous in the whole world. They have connections in the millions. So these little 500 spots are priceless. And I would hate that you sign up and play a peekaboo, wait and see attitude, and they're gone. Because once we cross over that line, ladies and gentlemen, first off, I'm never going to apologize, because we told everybody time and time again, this is how you get the breast, this is how you get the trophy, right? This is how you get the blue ribbon. This is how you win the championship. And we're giving you a blueprint on how to do this. We're starting beta, not finishing beta. We're starting beta next week. There's only one more phase to go through, and it's 100% customer acquisition focused. All right, well, listen, get off my little soapbox here, Ms. Hoffman. I leave it to you to go ahead and close this out. We're 10 minutes past overdue, but I think it was important to spend a little more time on the money, because at the end of the day, I know money can't buy happiness, but living in a third world country, I know what happens when you don't have money. People die. Children that I witness all the time, right, when I help start orphanages, money helps feed the needy. Money can help do other things than buy a Ferrari and a helicopter and whatever people want to do in a first world country. My focus in life is how many people in a third world country can I help the kids, right? Not the adult, but to help the kids, right, to stop the insanity of poverty and lack of education. So anyway, that's my motivation. I will leave it over to you. I'm excited, and if anybody can, as we close this out, put in the chat box, do you like the new logo? Do you like the new look? And did you like today's training? If you can just chime in, we can take that input, all right, and that feedback and know what to do with it.
Awesome. All right, so think through, because we've already had this happen over and over again, where someone got upset because their best friend didn't tell them about Be Connected, and they found out from somebody else. Don't make your friends go, what? Why did you tell me about this? So go out there and really change somebody's lives and get connected today. So thank you for joining us. We'll put the recording up in the resources area. We've already got the new PowerPoint up there, and we already have the presentation from this morning up there. Everything is on go, moving fast. So let's have fun this week. So bye, everybody.
See y'all. Thanks.
Bye.